but I don't have this one. We're live over here.
All right. Good. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
I am Denise. This is Pat. And Darla's coming around the corner.
There she comes.
And Darla's back.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are so glad.
Good.
We have got a few announcements. So we're going to talk a little bit about the North Iowa Quilters Market. It is Friday, November 7th and Saturday, November 8th up at the Best Western Holiday Lodge in Clear Lake. Friday is 10 to 5, Saturday's 10 to 4. There are 13 vendors. So we got Rainbows and Calico Things from Williamsburg, Humble Heart from Wells, Minnesota, Debbie's Quilt Shop and Gifts from Osage, It's So Tempting from here in Story City, Tilly's Quilt Shop in Fort Dodge, the Quilted Steeple in Lone Rock, the Quilted Strawberry from Strawberry Point, River Valley Fabrics in Clarksville, Forest Mills Quilt Shop in Postville, Quilter's Garden in Canton, Minnesota, Clover Cottage in Emmitsburg, the Quilted Forest in Forest City, and Creating So Much in Albert Lee, Minnesota. Again, that's the first full weekend in November.
Okay, and so actually Denise is going to go up there and be there. So if you want to see her, I will be here. Pat and I will be handling the It's So Live on Thursday and finishing that off. And we'll all be holding down the shop. Charlie will be holding down the shop. And Kayleen, perhaps.
Yep.
Kayleen, I've never, she's a very busy young lady.
Yes.
So
Yes, she is. And I'll pop in and out of the shop like I normally do.
yeah.
So it will be our village taking care of the shop and the show.
Yep.
And then one other thing, it is an English paper piecing Moravian Stars. It's a 2-day class, Tuesday the 21st and Tuesday the 28th, 12:30 both days. And that is, like I said, English paper piecing. It makes a 3D ornament.
Yes, it does.
And there's 3 different sizes in the kit.
So you could make this and you could use these ornaments on your tree, or you can make gifts and give them away. It's a wonderful idea, something that's homemade and that people will enjoy. So come in and learn how to do it. It's all hand sewing. So if you like hand sewing, this is one of the classes for you. And even if you don't, I'm not as big a hand sewer, but I did learn some English paper piecing. I'm working on it. So it's just another skill, skill on all of our quilting.
And it's a portable one. So you could take it to your, if you're going on a trip and you're not driving, you could do your hand quilting. You've got kids' sporting events that take wrestlings all day. Sometimes your volleyballs all day. Some of those things. You've got time to kill. Sit down and do some of that.
It is extremely portable. And you could sit in your living room, put your feet up, and just do your English paper piecing.
And if you're pretty good, you can watch a TV show while you're doing it.
Yes, you can. Unless you're watching a mystery and you don't want to miss those little clues.
Yeah. One that you've got to zero in on, it's not very good for hand sewing at the same time. But
you get distracted.
Yep.
But you need to sign up by Saturday because the kit has to be cut for you. So make sure you sign up.
Yep. We want to get these classes. This is Pat's last class for this year.
Yes, definitely.
So then it'll be February.
I'll start up again.
Now, we will not have any classes in November and December. It's the holiday season and everything, so it's going to be a little crazy. So we're not going to try to put any classes. But maybe in January, who knows? We might get one put together. I've got some ideas. Denise has some ideas. So we should have some there. Anyway.
Get us all through the holiday crazy season and enjoy it.
Yeah, and watch. We're going to have some things happening around things. We're going to small shop and then sales through December. Help you get ready for your gifts for your quilting friends.
Yep. So watch us here on live. Keep an eye out for your emails. Hopefully you're getting some of those in your emails.
Facebook.
Yep. So we decided to try something new today. We're going to talk about our sewing machines. We are an authorized Bernina dealer. The BO5 is one of the machines we do have in stock here at the shop. If everybody can see that one.
I think they probably can.
This one is $4.99. It's a great little travel machine. I'll let Pat tell you about it because she loves hers.
I have one, and I bought it to bring to class. Plus, at home, her name is Amy. I name all of my machines, and it's a BO5 Academy. And she has her own table, so she's up at all the time. And I basically use her for foundation paper piecing because it's all set up that way. But you could do anything. It's a great machine. It is sturdy. It comes with the extension table. It does everything you'd want for a good basic machine or an extra machine. Just a great little machine. I love it.
I think it could also be a good Christmas gift for someone that's beginning to sew. It's a good starter machine.
It's not complicated. It'll do a lot for you, but it's not complicated.
And it's not a heavy machine. So if you're going to retreats, going to classes, this is a great one, for your base. I mean, it sews a straight stitch. That's all you need for most of your classes. So it does lots more than straight stitch, but
you can do everything with it. I don't do buttonholes, but I'm trying to think if you could do a buttonhole. I think you can.
I think you can.
Yep. So it does a lot. And it comes with extra feet, nice little tool kit with it. It is a great machine, whether it's your first one or you're going to use it as a second one. As I said, mine is always set up for foundation paper piecing. That way I don't have to mess with my other machines because I have another one set up plus a sit-down long arm. And they're all Berninas, I might add. But yeah, really look into the BO5 Academy. Great machine. Great.
So that's our sales plug for today.
Yep.
And now I think we're going to talk about our row by row Christmas sew along. We are on week 4.
So I'm going to go around so that as we do the YouTube, I can zero in on what she's talking about.
Sounds like a good idea. All right, we are up to our trees, and I got carried away, and I have the entire row done. So this is what your trees look like. Aren't they cute? Look at them. They're so cute.
5 trees.
Yep. So how do we do our trees? Well, first of all, we'll start with our background strips like I normally like to. Make sure I don't forget that. For A, you'll need 1 strip at 2.5. B is 1 strip at 2.5. C is 1 strip at 2.5. D, we have 2 strips at 2.5. E is 3 strips at 2.5. There's a little theme going here. F, we have 1 strip at 1 inch. G is 1 strip at 4 inches. H is 1 strip at 2 inches. And I is 2 strips at 2.5. And since we're getting close to the end, if you've been saving your leftover pieces and been labeling them, can't speak, you might want to see if you can get some of your cuts out of that, since we are getting close to the end. So it's a good thing to look through those extra ones. So if you've been wondering what this strange paper was that you got in your pattern, mine's already cut because I've used it. We're using it for the trees. So now you know. Hopefully you haven't used it for anything else, because very important. So let's start with our stars. They are super, super tiny. We are talking little bitty guys. And so that's why they have the paper. And your pattern, they used red. What I want you to do is cut your fabric. I just lost my note. It's somewhere around
This one?
There we go. How many people does it take to keep Pat in control? Well, at least
More than
one, maybe two. What I want you to do before you get going is to take your gold fabric, and that's going to be your inner border and your binding. And you'll find the cutting instructions for that way towards the back here. On page 13, number 7. Make those cuts with your gold fabric. That way, anytime you want to use gold for something else, you'll make sure you have enough for your inner border and your binding. Very important. So you'll notice in your pattern, they had red stars. I didn't like that at all. So I have my gold stars. So how do we make those little bitty gold stars? Well, that's what this paper is for. And they tell you, you take your strip and you'll cut it just the way they say it. You cut on the solid line to get your strip apart for your star itself with the neutral background, or your background, I should say. You'll have 3 strips. One is for the one with the green. Make sure you do that. Because if you look at your pattern, one of the rows with the star points is at the top of the tree. So you use your green fabric. The others use your background fabric. So you'll have your strip and you will sew on the dashed line and cut your zigzag out on the solid line. Now, if you've done foundation paper piecing, we always do just the opposite. We sew on the straight line, and then the dotted line was your seam allowance. So the first time I grab it, I'm sewing along on the solid line. Why not? That's what you do. But I didn't cut anything. And then I looked at it, and that doesn't make any sense. So read the directions. It says to sew on the dashed line. So all I had to do was go back. I didn't take any of that stitching out, just sew on the red lines. And then as I cut on the solid lines, that got rid of my stitching. So follow the directions, really. So then you'll have all, and they are so small, keep track of them. They will go all over the place. So corral them nicely. You'll have your little dog ears. Usually I trim dog ears with a rotary cutter. These guys are so tiny. I didn't want to make a mistake. I actually had the wastebasket in front of me and used scissors and trimmed them off because I wasn't going to let a rotary cutter slip. So there, your directions are there. Just pay attention what lines you're sewing on. On page 7, number 5, there's a typo in it. The first part of it says, take the 5, and it should be K red ones, or in my case, they were gold. But she had the wrong letter there. So make sure that you're taking the K piece. And do your stars. Take your time. If you're not in a good mood, don't do them. Just wait. Do it when your brain is fresh. If you only get 2 little star points done and you've had enough, walk away because they're so small. You've got to line up your diagonals and there's not much to hang on to. So just take your time. Do it when your mind can focus on it. And if it's not the right time, just build the rest of your trees. They're much easier. And then go back to your stars. Ask me how I know you can get burned out on these little bitty stars, but they're cute once you get them.
Now, did you press them open or the seams open?
Pressed them open.
Okay.
There's not much place they can go.
Yeah.
So they are pressed open. So, and make sure you shorten your stitch length. You always do that with foundation paper piecing anyhow. And I tend to sew with a smaller stitch, but crank that down to like a 1.5. Keeps everything nice and tight when you rip your papers off. And yes, you do rip your papers off. But just hang in there with the stars. Press. Don't iron. They will stretch out of shape. handle them as little as possible because they can go wonky in a hurry because they are tiny. So the tree bodies, follow the pictures very carefully. They're not your standard sew and flip corners or flippies, as I like to refer to them. If you look at page 7, number 7, you will see that your background pieces extend downward, and you sew your diagonals and then open them out. And it makes one continuous strip. It's like I said, it's not like your normal flippy ones. Make sure they're hanging down. Make sure you have the right background letter to go with the right green letter. Just keep going down and stitch them, straighten them out, make sure they're lined up well. It should be one straight piece across, and then go back in and trim your 1/4 of an inch from your seam line. Your trunk is very simple, and then you put them together, and that's it. The toughest part is those little bitty star points, but they're so worth it. They are so cute. So hang in there, go slow, do it when your mind is fresh and you're alert. And if you can't do it right then and there, like I said, work on your trees. If the tree's pointing down and that's too much for you, make your binding. You had it cut so that you can use your gold fabric. Work on making your binding and then hit those harder ones, your stars and your body of your tree. Just do what it takes, but take your time with this one. There's very little room for error on those star points. By the time you get it under your machine, you go 1, 2, 3, and you're done with it. So that could be a good thing. There's less chance to screw up because it is so short, but you got to nail them right. So hang in there. We're getting down to the end. And the next one is your present row. And I brought mine. There's 2 different types, a short one and a tall one. And you can see another reason why I wanted to get my binding and my inner border set aside. I made gold bows. You could put anything in for your ribbons. You don't have to follow what they say. Just have fun with it. Go through what you have left, because this is the last row, and then you just have your holly and the berries and your outer and inner border. So go through the pieces that you have left, make your presents, make your ribbons, do any color bow your heart desires. This is the time to use what you have and enjoy it. That's all I've got.
All right. I don't know that we've got anything else to talk about tonight.
I didn't know which way you were going.
I did have something in my head.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Make sure that you keep track of it. Remember, we are going to be switching over to YouTube. In fact, during the show in November, when Dennise is gone, we will only be on YouTube. So watch that. And then earlier today, Pat came over and we put on YouTube how to do the poinsettia, those flowers, those plants. So it will be there. So if if it's some time from now before you get there, like over 30 days before you get to make those, you can go to our YouTube channel and watch it there and do it. So YouTube is permanent, or at least for right now.
Yeah, that's it, as far as we know.
Facebook is not. So just keep watching us there. And I think that finishes up what I was going to mention.
Well, as everybody has said, and I have said a million times, I'm not teaching November, December, and January. I'll start back up in February. If there are classes that you're interested in, especially ones we've already had and you missed them, you can get me at pat@itsotempting.com. Say, I am interested in paper piecing, English paper piecing. And I want to do the grandmother's flower garden or the plus block. We haven't done Grandmother's Flower Garden yet, but that will be one of them. Or I'm interested in foundation paper piecing. Haven't done it before. So you like foundation paper piecing 1? If you've done that, let's do 2. You know, we've got the fish, we've got swallows, and we're going to try to get cats. Yes.
Sorry.
So that's if you didn't do it, I would, or Dennise would. So why not? So just shoot me ideas. And if you know, I can't do such and such a class until April, that's helpful. Because sometimes I just take a stab in the dark. Okay, we're just going to do it in February, and it'll be the 3rd week. When maybe for you, an extra week or a different month might be better. But I don't know that unless you tell me at itsotempting.com. Give me ideas, give me a rough idea of dates, and we'll see what we can do for you, because we want to get you in here. We want to get you in these classes. I have so much fun teaching them. I had great students. They seem like they've learned a lot.
I have.
So come and join us. It's so much fun.
So I took the walking foot class, and I used that information that I learned this week. I made a witch hat, and the brim of it, you were supposed to quilt it. Well, it's a circle. Well, in the walking foot class, she showed us how to do a spiral. So I spiral quilted the brim of my witch hat.
There you go.
So yeah, it's great.
So just keep in touch with me. I do check my email often.
So we thank you for joining us tonight on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We do have one person that always is on YouTube watching us. So
Awesome.
thank you. I said hi to her on YouTube. So come join us, support your local quilt shop, and we want to see you come in the door, even just to say hi.
Yeah.
So
We're here, so come in and chat with us. We'll figure out some new projects, help you out on some old ones.
And I'm down the street and around the corner if you bring it in, and whoever's working that day says, you know, I think Pat might have the answer. And if I'm home and not in the middle of something, I'm down the street and around the corner, and I try to come down
and help us.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. There we go. There we go.